What is up, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. My name is Chase Ross, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to 50-50. So you might first ask, what is a 50-50? You know a couple tricks like Feebles, Smiths, and some other grinds maybe by now. But a 50-50 is when you guys lock in just on the side of your deck. So picture if you were split this down like 50% of the way down your scooter deck, that's a 50-50. You're going to either grind on this side or that side. And it's going to lock in right here. Now, disclaimer, you do not need pegs to 50-50. It will help because you can like lock into like pegs that are on your scooter deck, but you do not need them. If you have a flat bottom deck, this is going to work just fine. As well, it doesn't have to be something crazy like a 6 wide deck. That is not needed. I ride personally a 4.75 deck. It's a Rapture deck, and it has a perfect amount of space for 50-50s and other grinds just like that. But let's get into step number 1 of learning how to 50-50. All right, so the best way to first learn how to 50-50 is to actually first just get up on a quarter pipe like this. This is if you're gonna learn how to 50-50 drop in. 50-50s on a rail will be just like this. You're gonna get up on the rail. For this is gonna be coping. So we're gonna get up on here right here. We're positioned in the 50-50, so it's really easy to get in. You're just gonna put your front wheel up here, your back wheel right here, and right there you're in the 50-50. So now all you're gonna do when it comes to actually dropping into the ramp is you're just gonna lean forward. Once you start to lean forward, you're gonna self-correct and your front wheel is gonna turn. You're gonna lean forward and start to roll in like that, and you're gonna go straight down the quarter pipe. You don't even have to hop when you're doing this. You really just have to lean in. Alright, so it's really that easy. It doesn't take much skill to do this. It's a pretty basic trick, but to get it consistently is a skill. So when it comes to actually locking into it, this is a whole nother realm of learning this trick. So I would first recommend get very comfortable with just this first step. Just standing up here. You can even use your heels. The heels, at first, when you're learning this trick, is totally fine. Eventually, you'll want to be able to do it without using your heels. But for right now, we're going to use our heels, and we're going to be comfortable with just standing right here on the coping. And again, once you're comfortable, you're just going to drop straight in. By now, hopefully, you're pretty comfortable with standing up here and just dropping in from a standing 50-50 stall. But now let's talk about how you're actually going to get into the 50-50 stall from down there. So when you come up this ramp, you're gonna pick a spot on the coping that you're gonna go for. So let's say I'm gonna shoot for here to here. Now, this is the most important part. I'm going to be using the nose of my deck as my guide. If you have a front peg, good, that's perfect. You're gonna use your front peg as the guide. You wanna put your front down onto the coping first, and then follow with the back part. So in slow motion, it's kind of gonna be like this. You're gonna go up, front, back, and then you're gonna be locked in. Now for the first couple times to get comfortable with this trick, I recommend using your heels. Like I said before, this is gonna allow you to kind of create a better platform up here so you can stand and be completely comfortable. As well, when you're doing this trick, a perfect way to bail is to actually keep your heels as far as you can off the deck. This is gonna allow you to kick the scooter out and do that if you do happen to fall. So I'll show you guys what I mean right here. You see right there, I'm totally fine, completely missed the coping on the 50-50, yet my heels are off, so it gave me that extra support I needed to catch myself. Sometimes with tricks, in order to learn the trick, you gotta learn how to bail the trick first. So practice that a couple times, but back to actually engaging the first 50-50, like I said before, you're gonna use your front and then follow with the back. So all in one, it's gonna be, you're coming up the ramp, front, and then back engages. Now when you're doing this, you want to approach this trick with low speeds. If you're going really fast, you're going to boost up, and then you're going to have to correct and find that coping, which is incredibly hard. The best way to do it is come up from a low speed, you come up the ramp, catch barely any air, and then slap it on, just like that. It is the best way to do it like that because you're not going to have to correct. Now if you're adding tricks to it like a whip, of course you're going to have to get your low air and then find it, but you always gotta make sure to get the basics down first. So if you're gonna learn how to 50-50 first, approach it with low speeds, work on getting the front down first, then follow with the back. And all in one, I'm gonna show you guys one more right here. Perfect. Now that you guys are getting engaged with the ramp, you're coming up the ramp, you're locking in, but maybe you're falling back a little bit. You're not able to fully, get the 50-50 down because you're leaning too far back. I always recommend keeping your head inside the quarter pipe like this and your butt outside the quarter. Butt's going to be the counterweight to your head, so you're going to be able to balance like this while being inside the quarter. Because ideally you want to keep all your body weight inside the quarter pipe except for your butt. Your butt's going to be what pushes you out and lets you stall. As soon as you start to lean forward more and move that butt forward, you're gonna start to slide forward, and of course, drop back in, and you will have completed a 50-50. I'm gonna really exaggerate one so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Another thing you guys might have noticed while I'm doing this is I'm actually shifting my entire scooter to the side, much like this. This allows me to, in a sense, not fully commit, but at the same time, it is fully committed because I'm actually doing the trick. But it allows me to know if I'm gonna bail the trick or not, because all my scooter is out here. It gives me the most potential to actually lock in. And once I do lock in, I can then neutralize and find my balance point to get back in. So I'm going to show you guys a couple more from a couple different angles so you guys can see exactly what I mean. And stick around because right after this I'm going to talk about frontside 50-50s and a couple tips that could help you guys with that, because some people would rather do it on their toe side. All right, now let's talk about frontside 50-50. So we're gonna come up right here. It's gonna be exactly but a mirror image of a regular 50-50. All right, so the only difference between a frontside 50-50 and a backside is you're gonna keep your toes off instead of your heels. Also, you're gonna lean your head forward this time, and your butt is gonna be out towards the ramp. So all your body weight really is gonna be inside the quarter as opposed to outside like it was for the regular 50-50. So for this, you're gonna keep your butt back, head in, and then you're gonna keep your toes off just to keep that balance point. Again, if you do happen to fall, just slip those toes off and you catch yourself. Same deal as the regular one. You're just gonna lean back this time instead of forward, and you're just gonna correct yourself and lean right in. And that right there is how to 50-50. I hope you guys really learned how to 50-50 by the end of this video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a comment and maybe even like this video if you did. Maybe you found a couple tips helpful. Share it with a friend. That always helps spread the love. If you guys do happen to land 50-50s, make sure to tag me on Instagram, and I'll make sure to like it, comment on it, and all around see what you got. So I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, comment a trick, tip, tutorial below that you guys want to see me do. I'll make another one. I'm going to be working on feebles, smiths, and nose blunts next. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.